Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be running through a new video that I've never really posted about before, but this one is going to be the YouTube Made Me Buy It tag. So I have an entire little basket here full of beauty products that I purchased because of YouTube, from watching other beauty gurus, things like that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so for some of these products, I remember exactly who I saw talking about them, but then others, I just remember it was so hyped up. So some of it I'll be talking about the specific person, and then other products, it's literally just because I saw it everywhere and I just felt like I had to have it. So to start off, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. I have 3 of them. The first one that I purchased is the Self-Made palette, so it's this one right here. And then of course we have all of the gorgeous shades. But I remember whenever this palette first came out, it was the biggest hype because I believe that this was the very first palette that Anastasia ever came out with for eyeshadows. But it's so beautiful, and I remember this pink champagne color right here. I'll give you guys a close-up if you guys don't have the palette, but this shade right here, everyone and their mom was wearing this all over their lid. It's so beautiful, but I just felt like all the swatches I saw were absolutely, ooh, sorry, my dog and my cat are playing right now. But all of the swatches I saw were absolutely gorgeous, so I just had to have that. And then once I realized how pigmented and buttery and beautiful the eyeshadows in this palette were, I went ahead and just jumped on the bandwagon for the other palette. So the second one I have is Modern Renaissance. It comes in this really beautiful kind of felt packaging, and then on the inside we have so many gorgeous shades. This is by far my favorite Anastasia palette. Sammy, relax buddy, he keeps like bumping into the halo light. But anyway, so all of these shades are like my kind of shade. This is definitely an everyday palette for me for sure, and I love these 2 shimmers. They're just the right amount of shimmer for like an everyday eye look. It's nothing too dramatic, but it just gives you a little bit of a pop. This one in the Self-Made palette, I definitely waited a while. I did a lot of research. I read a lot of reviews before purchasing these 2 products. But then Subculture has the same kind of felt packaging that Modern Renaissance has. And this one, oh, y'all, this one is just a work of art. It is so beautiful. I've never seen such gorgeous blues in an eyeshadow palette before. I love these 2 yellows right here. This kind of gold champagne color. Absolutely gorgeous all over the lid. And then this electric one I haven't played with, but it looks so beautiful and very, very unique. And I love Axis. It's such a beautiful, like deep kind of emerald turquoise. But anyways, like I was saying, this one I jumped on super quick. I did not wait nearly as long just because the Anastasia palettes are so good. And honestly, the price is not that bad. So it's I think $40 to $45 for the palettes, and they come with gorgeous shadows. You don't need to like really dig into it because they're super pigmented, very, very opaque formula. I love it so much. So these I definitely bought because of what was going on with the beauty community on YouTube. All right, so just kind of like jumping in to my basket here, there's not really an order, but this butter bronzer from Physicians Formula was definitely purchased because of YouTube, specifically because of Kathleen Lights. So I know that she is like obsessed with this formula. I know that Jaclyn Hill's mentioned it a couple of times too. But it really just is a beautiful universal bronzer if you have like a lighter skin tone or more olive skin tone. It's so beautiful. I also love to use it as a transition shade for eyeshadow. It's a perfect formula for that as well. But this was hyped up so much, and for very good reason. It is from the drugstore, so it's more affordable. And honestly, it has such a deep pan. Like, I'll show you guys. That's the pan size right there. It's really nice, and I think $10 to $12, somewhere around there. So it's definitely not like super high end or anything like that, but it's beautiful. I love it so much. Definitely not like a regrettable purchase at all. I love this thing to death. Okay, Moving on to the next thing, I'll just grab this. So I got the Kat Von D translucent powder. This is from her Locket collection. I was so excited that I decided to go ahead and purchase this powder because I don't really have really great loose powders. I have one from NYX and then another one from City Color, but pretty much all the powders that I use for my face are pressed. And so this was like my first really good loose powder, and I love it so much, especially for baking underneath my eyes. Baby, what's wrong? He's got the hiccups. He does like this weird hiccupy thing. I don't know if you guys can hear him. But anyways, so I love this powder so much. I remember that like a ton of people, I think Amanda Insing was one of them, but a lot of people were trying out her Locket collection, like the foundation, concealer, all of that. And a majority of people really loved this powder. So whenever I was doing my research trying to find a powder to try out for the first time, I went with this one because it was so highly reviewed and it is cruelty free. I was looking at the Laura Mercier, but she's not cruelty free, so I didn't get that one, obvi. All right, another face product I got. This is so hyped up here on YouTube. Like, I don't care if you are super bougie and you only wear like high-end products 99% of the time, or if you prefer drugstore, whatever. I guarantee you, if you are a really good, like awesome beauty guru, you're probably going to have this in your collection. No hate to anyone who doesn't, it's just so hyped up. But this is the Milani blush in the shade Luminoso. So this is what it looks like up close. This is the perfect shade of peachy terracotta pink that has a nice, beautiful sheen to it for the spring and the summer months. If you are looking for a peach blush, look no further. Super affordable. Huge pan. I love this stuff so much. I honestly wear this shade out in the spring and the summertime. I waited the longest time though to purchase this. I don't know why, but I remember way back in the day when Jaclyn Hill used this like constantly. I was like, I need that blush in my life. Why don't I have that blush? And like 2 years later, I was still asking myself the same question. I finally purchased it and I seriously didn't put it down for like a month straight. It's so good. I love it. Okay, so this is kind of funny, but I remember whenever I first started my channel and I first really started getting into watching beauty gurus, I honestly don't even think I knew what contouring meant. Like, obviously I know what the word means, but I didn't really know that people contoured their face for makeup like on a daily basis. So once I started to realize that, and everyone fell in love with the Anastasia contour kit, I went out and I bought myself one. So this is the light contour kit from Anastasia, the original. I also have the cream, but I just bought that because I wanted to try a cream product, not because of YouTube specifically. But I love this palette so much. I love this banana shade right here. This highlight is okay. I actually use it for putting all over my lid. This one right here is really nice. It's vanilla whenever I am super fair and I pull a little more of like a red or a pink undertone for my skin. And then all of these contour shades are so gorgeous. This one is definitely my most used. This is the original, like this is how they come in the package. I don't know exactly like how the names go per se on the bottom, but anyways, this palette is amazing. Everyone, I'm pretty sure, has this palette. Like, so many people have it. It's very loved and for good reason. It is absolutely amazing. So good. Obsessed. Okay. So another product that more recently was really hyped up, probably about probably like 3.5 months ago. This is the Colourpop Blush and Highlight Duos. This one is in the shade Done Deal. The only thing I don't like, I literally had to like put a Sharpie and write it on the back because the actual packaging doesn't have it. Only the sleeve that it comes in has the name. So that's a little bit frustrating. But anyways, inside of this, we have a gorgeous blush. Look how large these pans are. These are, I think, $16, but a gorgeous baby doll pink blush. I don't really own anything like this except for, I think, one other by Tarte. And then this gorgeous highlight. Y'all, This highlight is amazing. Oh my gosh, they knocked the formula out of the park with their pressed highlights. So beautiful. This was right after they came out with like their pressed products. So I am in love, and I fell in love whenever I saw everyone and their mom talking about this. Specifically, I think Jaclyn Hill was talking about one. It wasn't Done Deal. It was another one where I think it was like either a blush or a bronzer, but it had more of like a terracotta look to it. But when I saw how beautiful it looked on her, I died right there, especially with the affordability of Colourpop. So beautiful. And again, I love how large the pans are. So amazing. Okay, what should I do next? All right, I'll do this one, kind of stick with the face products. So this one I got whenever Kathleen Lights, I was watching her, like what I'll do is I'll kind of like pick one person and I'll binge watch them. So I don't necessarily like watch everyone throughout the week. I'll kind of just like pick my favorite person of the week, like whoever I'm most interested in at that point in time, and I'll just like binge watch all of their videos. So I was binge watching her, and I saw her using the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This one's in the shade Be My Highlight. This was $3, $6, somewhere around there, but look how big this pan is. This is like a max size pan. So beautiful. This highlight is absolutely gorgeous for that everyday glow. It kind of just gives you that beaming from within. It's not too striking. It's just the right amount. It's so stinking beautiful. And whenever I saw her use it, I had to have it. Like, I think I went out to Ulta like 2 days after that and purchased it. So beautiful. Love it. This next highlight by Wet n Wild, I remember so many people were using it, but I know that Amanda Insing was like really using it like for so many of her tutorials. But this is the Wet n Wild Megaglo Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals, and they came out, I think they have like 3 or 4 of them. I have another one, but I definitely use this one the most. This one reminds me a lot of Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill and Becca Cosmetics, color wise, not necessarily the formula, because that one is definitely a lot more creamy and buttery. This one definitely has more of like a that powdery feel to it, but it's so beautiful. And whenever you were to spritz, or if you're going to spritz like some sort of wet mist onto it, like a Pixie Glow Mist would be perfect. It makes it look even more beaming. This is like the type of highlight that you would definitely want for a girls' night out or a date night whenever you're really wanting to jazz up your face. It looks so beautiful. And I remember Amanda was using it like all the time. It's so beautiful. All right, I have 2 more face products, an eye product, and then a couple of lip products. Okay, so anyways, Sleek Makeup. This highlight palette went around and around YouTube. Like, I saw so many people using this palette for a good reason. More specifically, I saw Jaclyn Hill using it like all the time. So this is what the inside palette looks like. We have a cream contour shade right here and then 3 powders. This purple powder is really beautiful. It's a little too cool tone for my skin because I definitely pull more yellow and more olive, but this shade right here, how I was talking about the Wet n Wild one, if you want to like spritz some, it's going to be really striking and beaming. This one, you do not even need to put any wet on your brush at all. Like, it is so gorgeous. I'm just going to swatch it because I am so obsessed with this highlight, y'all. You don't even know. Oh, it's so pretty. There it is, right there. It just gives such a gorgeous glow and like a beam, but at the same time, it doesn't look chunky. It's not, doesn't have like glitter in it. It just gives your cheeks such a gorgeous glow. I love this highlight palette so much. It's very affordable. I think I got it for $6 at Ulta. So it's so amazing. I am obsessed. Okay, moving on to concealer. This is one of those products that I battled with for so long because I saw everyone using it, but whenever I have a product that I use up quite frequently. I try to stay more on the drugstore end of things, because if I'm having to replace it on an almost monthly basis, then I want it to be more affordable. But whenever I heard how amazing this was, I decided to go for it anyway. So this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I definitely purchased this because of YouTube, and I tried so hard not to, but I kept seeing how beautiful it looked underneath the eyes. For me specifically, I have really dark circles underneath my eyes, especially during the semester. And then I also have very like translucent eyelids, so you can definitely see my veins, which makes it hard for eyeshadow and things like that. But this stuff works wonders. I also tend to crease with other concealers, but I have worn this without powder underneath my eyes, and it's perfect. It's so amazing. It doesn't crease at all. I love it so much. And it also doesn't feel like sticky. Like, the formula's on point. I don't know what they did. They like blessed this with holy water or something, because it is literally perfect. Like, there's nothing bad to say about it. It's so good. Okay, so to complete the eyes, well, actually I have two things. Okay, so the first thing, I got the Colourpop Creme Gel Liners, and I have Honeydew and Fast Lane, and I have another one somewhere. I have like a black one, but I can't find it. I don't know where it ran off to. It's somewhere. But anyways, I got these, I think, oh God, this is gonna kill me. I'm pretty sure it was from my girlfriend Alex from Beauty Addict Next Door, who was like obsessed with these, and she used them all the time. I'm pretty sure it was her. If it's not, I'm sorry, Alex. But anyways, I got these definitely because of YouTube, for sure, because she's not the only person who uses them. But I just remember seeing, it was either her or Samantha March, either one of them. But one of them was like really, really into them and said that they work amazing in the waterline. And so whenever I saw that, I had to get them. I've seen other people use them up top. Like, I know Kathleen Lights used them to like draw out her wing and stuff like that. But they are perfect for in your waterline. These babies do not budge at all, and I love the color range that they have. I'm actually going to be purchasing some more of these within the next couple of weeks, just because I want some more colors in my collection, but I love them so much. They're amazing. If you're looking for something that's going to stay in your waterline all day, then definitely try these out for sure. All right, these two eye products are, well, it's the same product, but they were so hyped up for the past 4 to 5 months. And these are the Stila Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows. And I literally got them like, well, the silver one I got like 2 weeks ago. And then this rose gold one I got like a month ago or something like that. These are so amazing. Like, if you love glitter, or if you just need one glitter in your life, get these. They are so amazing. The formula is really, really good. I will say this. The rose gold one that I have right here, I'll show it to you guys. So it looks just like that. It's definitely a pure rose gold. And the shade Rose Gold Retro has less chunkiness to it than Diamond Dust, which is a really beautiful pure silver. So this is Diamond Dust right here. You guys can see that. So whenever I've used this in a makeup tutorial, and then I also wore it on Christmas Eve, I got glitter in my eye whenever I was removing my makeup at the end of the night. So that's just something to keep in mind with this one in particular. I haven't tried out the other formulas, but this one has more larger chunks of glitter in it. So I will say it was harder for me to take off. Whereas the Rose Gold Retro one has very fine granules of glitter. So it just looks like beautiful on your eyelid. But for me, I didn't get any glitter in my eye. So that's just something to keep in mind with these. Definitely try out the formula and see like how chunky the different colors are and things like that. But everyone and their mother was wearing these like during the holidays, for the past 4 to 5 months. Like, they are so beautiful and they're very easy to use as well. You literally just like plop it on and kind of just move it around. They dry fairly quickly, but they are so beautiful. Love them, and I'm very glad that I decided to purchase them to kind of up my makeup looks. Okay, so I have 2 lip products here. The first one is Gerard Cosmetics, their Hydra Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I have the shade Everything Nice, which is kind of like this reddish, brownish nude. And then I have Wine Down, which is a really gorgeous, vampy purple plum. So I heard so many things about these Hydra Mattes, specifically from Babs Beauty. Her name's Stephanie. She is this gorgeous bombshell blonde here on YouTube. I love her so much. She's like one of the people I've watched since the beginning. I remember her Urban Decay Naked 3 eyeshadow tutorial, and I just remember like way back in those days. But I love her so much. She is absolutely amazing. But I know that she is obsessed with Gerard Cosmetics lip products. She wears the Hydra Mattes all the time on her Instagram as well as her YouTube tutorials. So she was kind of the person who really gave me the motivation to purchase these. I do have 2 of the bullet lipsticks. I have 1995 and then like a really hot pink one I can't remember the name of, which are absolutely gorgeous. I love the formula. But these, y'all, this formula is amazing. Like, the Hydra Mattes feel so comfortable. It literally feels like my lips are naked. Like, I wouldn't say that they're super hydrating or anything like that, which is good for a liquid lipstick because it's not going to transfer. Whenever you have a liquid lipstick that is more moisturizing, then it's more likely to transfer. But these weren't like, they didn't like suck onto my lips like some of my other brands can kind of do sometimes. But these are amazing. Definitely glad that I decided to purchase those. And then the last product that I have for this video is something that I haven't worn a ton, but whenever I have worn it, I have really liked it actually, which is surprising because I remember one of my videos a long time ago whenever the like metallic lip trend first came out. I was like so anti-metallic lip. I just thought that it was kind of tacky looking. I was not a fan at all, but I decided to purchase My Jam, which is an ultra glossy lip from Colourpop. So this is what the color looks like. And for me, this one, on my lips, it looks a lot more wet than it looks metallic. And I remember just the trend in general of the like lip glosses, the liquid lipsticks, like anything metallic was so hyped up a lot. I finally gave in. Like, I was like, okay, I have to have just one in my collection, right? So I like this. It's not necessarily something that I would wear on a daily basis, but I feel like I'm glad that I have it in my collection for those looks that I really want to kind of vamp up or do something different. And again, this one in particular, My Jam, does not look super metallic. It's definitely metallic, but it looks more wet and it kind of gives like that sheen and that like glossiness to your lips. So I definitely like this one, and I'm glad I picked this one up instead of like one of the others that was trending around YouTube. So that is going to complete this video. I hope that you guys had fun sitting around with me and watching, and I would really love to hear about what you bought because of YouTube down in the comments below. So let's go ahead and get chatting, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.